Hey YouTube, Aethelstorm King 21 here. Sorry I haven't been posting lately. Things happen and whatnot. Anyway, I'm here to do a deck profile on LaDD Disaster. I got the idea from Dragon Duelist Girl. Wanted to give her little props for it because I liked her idea and I went from there. So start off with 3 Light and Darkness Dragon. This card is just like crazy good right now in this format. A lot of cards. Deck card just wrecks a lot of things, but those TGs and those Treeborn Frogs still wreck this card. 3 Red Eyes Darkness Metals. This thing is like a straight beat stick. It runs over Shein. It swarms the field. I've won with 3 of these things on the field at one time. It's freaking amazing. Prime Material Dragon. Protection for your monsters. Protection against affect damage, though nobody really uses it. You never know.
Random burn decks.
Random burn decks will kill.
Coverage.
3 Wyverns, enough said. Support for this guy over here. And, pretty good. I like it, if nothing else, is an 1800 beat stick that's pretty much baits. It's a bait pretty easily. 2 Mash Dragons. 3 is too much. 2 is just nice. I like it. Keeps monsters on your field. For when your opponent likes to attack you a lot. And it also goes into this pretty well. And people think twice about running into an Exploder Dragon. I mean, it's really nice when you set it and they just send out their best monster from the start. This card gets rid of it easily. I just don't like playing it first turn and then my opponent dropping a Tengu. I lose every time.
Bad, you
and
lose.
3 Totem Dragons. Well,
Treeborn, basically.
Yeah, it's literally a Treeborn for the dragons, except it's usable as 2 tributes for a dragon type monster, and it's removed from play afterwards. But it doesn't really matter because that gets Light and Darkness out
And
easy. And, it pisses people off. Alright, so that's my monster lineup. Now for spells. 1 Duality. I want to try 2 because, 1 just quite isn't enough because it's very inconsistent at 1. I just haven't had the chance to get a hold of it yet. But I'm still learning how to use it because, I've had 7, and this is the only one I've used. Future Fusion. Stable for dragons. Enough said. Giant Trinade. Sets up for this. Way too easy. Way too easy. You just hit your opponent's back row, and now they have no warnings, no dark bribes, no MSTs to kill this Future Fusion. Dragon Ravine. This was a recommendation by some random guy at the tournament here at our locals, and it's pretty damn good. I mean, I thought it was for just Dragonities, but you pitch a card from your hand and send a dragon to your graveyard. This deck just revolves around that, and so you pitch a Totem Dragon, you pitch a Red Eyes Wyvern, and you throw a dragon into the graveyard. I'll pitch a Red Eyes Darkness Metal from my hand to throw a Wyvern to the graveyard. It just fucking combos so nicely in this deck. I can't believe it. I've been fiddling around with this build trying to find something that works for me. This works for me. 2 Gold Sarks. 3 is too much. 1 ain't enough. 2 is nice. That's all I gotta say. Reborn. Staple. I mean, I like having this card in my hand at the same time I Future Fuse because it means, I'll Future Fuse, throw my cards to the grave, and reborn my Darkness Metal Dragon. It's nice. Mystical Space Typhoons, ×2, staple. Dark Hole, staple. Book of Moon. Bad at 1, but it does help. Burial from a Different Dimension. I honestly think if you run a dragon deck and you're not running this, there's something wrong with you.
It's a casket.
And this really good thing when you need a Totem Dragon or you need a Red Eyes Wyvern and it's removed from play, you activate this during your draw phase. You can get your totem onto the field for that lad, you know, or even if you know your opponent like D Prisons or Bottomless, your Red Eyes Darkness Metal. This will throw it back into your graveyard if you have and it's really nice. Pot of Iris. That's my tech choice. It throws my Mass Dragons, my Exploder Dragons, and my Light and Darkness Dragons back to the deck. One is perfect because this deck revolves around the graveyard. Any more than one Pot of Iris, it just gets in the way. And that's my spells.
Damage totem.
Yeah. I ordered it like that. Royal Oppression. When you get your beat sticks out and you still fear your opponent's special summoning shit, this gets rid of it. Nice. You got your Light and Darkness Dragons. Well, no, not Light. That's not bad. Your Red Eyes Darkness Metal. You got your Prime Material Dragon. You keep your hand full and just protect those with your monsters. And this stops all kinds of special summons. This stops Glads. This stops Tengu. This stops
Tengu in certain situations.
Yeah, in certain situations it stops Tengu.
When that's Chain Link 2, it can stop.
Yeah. This stops a lot of things right now, especially when you got a deck. You know, a lot of decks is formatted running TGs. Well, this just fucks them. Bad. Solemn Judgment. You know, commons are ugly, but it's still a staple. Bottomless Trapels. This card is, right now, I'm debating on this card.
It's obsolete, actually.
This card is very obsolete right now because if Priority had died like it did in the OCG, this card would be amazing right now. There'd be no need for really warnings. Warnings would drop in price because Priority's dead. There's no need to negate a summon when you can just destroy it, right?
Basically.
This is what I'm saying, Bottomlesses. I always say
it kills Glads.
It can still kill Glads.
But it doesn't stop TGs at all.
But TGs are just too small. The only thing it kills is the Rhino, and it's really not that great in this format. 2 Trapstones. It activated during the standby phase that prevents your opponent from using their counter traps like that and such like that. Or even, you got your Oppression on the field and you need to special summon like a boss. Use this and your opponent can't do anything. Mirror Force staple. 7 tools. I like how God can be defeated by, an army knife. To quote a friend of mine. And last but not least, Call the Haunted. For an unexpected Red Eye Darkness Metal that my opponent seems to run into a lot.
What about that side deck?
It's, I like it.
Oh.
Yeah. Alright. Extra deck.
I will hand it to you. There you go. That's it.
Alright. I don't really have much of an extra deck because the focus of this deck is, just this guy. 5-headed dragon. I've actually gotten this thing out, which surprises me. Because
Magic Cylinder GG.
Yeah, Magic Cylinder sucks. But now when you got Prime Material on the field, which is why Prime Material is essential. But I've actually gotten this out, and I pull this out, people scoot because they can't stop it, and that's just too big attack points to really say, I'll take it. And
there's nothing in this game as strong as that.
Yeah, there's really nothing right now that can take this thing out. I mean,
Scrap Dragon says, hey.
Honest.
Scrap Dragon, such like that. Honest. Yeah, but if you're playing, unless you know you're playing against that deck, this thing, at best, is bait. Bottomless Trapple. Fuck you, Christian. Synchros, they're just options for our Reborn Tuner. Urquizes, Pierce, Mill, Beatdown.
Fuck you, Stardust.
Hits the hand, that ain't even supposed to be in there.
That is supposed to be in there.
Colossal Fighter.
And his 9-star.
That's my
Damn,
9-star
Marco.
full. I can't right now. I mean, you guys are looking at me like probably he's got a duality and no fucking Trishula or Miststorm. It's like, well, my priorities are backwards right now. I was just trying to build the fucking main deck. Shut up.
It's dirt face.
It's still pretty good. Just because I have the option for it. You know, I've never pulled this thing out, but you never know. You never know when these things will come in handy. I mean, I like Exceeds. I watched the show. I think they're incredible.
The only good Exceed is Steel Swarm Roach. Keep that in mind, you two.
Steel Swarm Roach is right. Steel Swarm Roach and Orient Dragon are the only really good ones.
Orient Dragon's Synchro, sir.
Oh, my bad. New mistake.
Face bomb.
Yeah. Alright, well anyway, that's my extra deck. You know, like I said, this is the only one that matters.